That's a wonderful question. Intelligent experiences are ones that are more than just interaction, because for many, many years we've had interactions in contact centers. We've had phone calls, we've had emails, we've had chats, but they're often very point in time. But if I know that you've been on my website and you were trying to check your balance and there's something wrong, when you reach the contact center agent, if she already knows or he already knows that you were on my website, that interaction is now intelligent. She knows you were there. So maybe after you authenticate, yes, I'm sorry, I understand you have a balance problem. How can I help you? That's just one example, but it really is about bringing intelligence into the conversation and into the interaction so that you can make them more meaningful, hopefully take less time, but increase customer satisfaction along the way. Well, we're going to continue to innovate in contact centers. As you know, we as I mentioned on stage, and you probably do know, we service some of the largest contact center operators around the globe. Our investment in contact center will absolutely remain solid. I'm investing in automation technologies for AI. I think I mentioned that on stage today. I'm investing quite a bit in enhancing the agent experience. One of the biggest challenges in contact centers is agent turnover, where they're not always the highest paid jobs, and so in many cases we have a high turnover rate in those particular positions, and retraining and reskilling is very challenging for most contact center operators. So we're really working on ways to make the agent experience as positive as possible, to make the ease of operating the technology, the ease of interacting, but really providing that rich customer experience, because the reality is that most contact center operators are trying to optimize for cost when they should be optimizing for customer experience. And so I'm going to work to change that paradigm. That's a fun one, actually, and I think that statistic is blended across the globe. I would argue that here in Latin America that percentage is even higher because the penetration of mobile phones is even higher. From what we're doing in the area of mobility is this will get a little tech geek for a brief moment, but we're leveraging the ability of being a mobile network operator ourselves. We haven't registered in Latin America yet. We are in other countries and we are looking to expand it, but effectively we will provide interface to be able to take a mobile-to-mobile call directly into the contact center. That then allows me to pre-authenticate the user at the far end of the phone. Maybe I want to introduce them into WebRTC chat. I may want to do screen browsing. There's so much you can do when you know you have an intelligent device at the other end, and it's not just a landline. So that's a really exciting change in mobility that's finding its way into the contact center. That's a big open question. I don't. My calendar doesn't allow for a lot of real-time interaction, so I tend to live asynchronously, right? I want to fire off a message and have it come back, and then I can check it and I can respond back to it. So for me, being more asynchronous would be very, very helpful in my particular life. But I think that's also a trend that we're seeing with the millennials becoming consumers today. Is the phone call is not always something they're comfortable with. They don't often make phone calls. I pick on my own nanny. I can't call her, but I can text her or I can find her on WhatsApp, and that interaction is much quicker than ever making a phone call. So I think the ability to create personalized interaction methodologies will be what I would like to see come about over the next couple of years. Really map out what you want the user experience to be before you start trying to implement technologies. I find that all too often contact center operators or even enterprises will first jump to, I must have an omni-channel solution, I must have a multi-channel solution. First, figure out the experience you're trying to drive for. Is it automation? Is it a different reporting metric? Are you trying to change the way you measure customer satisfaction? Figure out what you're trying to solve for and then map technology into it.